ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादः शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. So, yesterday we started 13th chapter of Ramana Geeta, where the author Sri Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni had introduced two questions asked by his wife Vishalakshi. So, Vishalakshi asked Ganapati Muni to present these two questions to Ramana Maharshi and get answers. So yesterday we saw who was his wife Vishalakshi, how great she was. So Ganapati Muni introduced. Why this introduction? Not to glorify his wife. It is just to show from what kind of person these two questions were asked. As she herself was a great seeker, a great guru also to many people, initiating others in Shakti Upasana. So that is how it was presented. So the two questions, what are they? That she asked through her husband Sri Kavyakanta Ganapati Muni. These two questions are asked. This is about women's sannyasa, etc. Whether she is eligible or what is that, etc. So, atha shlokadvayena prashnadvayam aha. In these two slokas, in 5th and 6th slokas, the questions, two questions are asked. So, 5th sloka, one question, 6th also, second question. What is that? आत्मस्थितानां नारीणाम् अस्ति चेत् प्रतिबन्धकं गृहत्यागेन हंसीत्वं किमु स्यात् शास्त्रसम्मतं। नो, आत्मस्थितानां नारीणां लब्ध आत्मस्वरूपनिष्ठानां स्त्रीणां. Now see, women, those who have got great knowledge of the self, labdha atmaswarupa nishthanam. They got the knowledge of the self and they are able to abide in the wisdom. Strinam, the women, among the women. Pratibandhakam asti chet. If that stri has obstacles in continuing her sadhana and to continue in that abidance more and more, deeper and deeper. She got that knowledge, she established a knowledge. Now she still wanted to go and establish herself, abide herself in more and more wisdom and self-realization. But vigna bahulyam asti chet gruhatyagena. Suppose she has got a lot of obstacles. Grihatyagena pravrajanena hamsitvam sanyasanitvam shastra sammatam kimu. So she finds a lot of obstacles to continue her sadhana. Who? The lady, the woman who is advanced in her wisdom, knowledge and abiding in self. Is she allowed to take sannyasa? As this has any scriptural sanction or not? Shastra sammatam kimu. Does scripture support such a person to take sannyasa. Who? Remember, not everybody. So you may think that I am already abiding in self, so I can give up. Not possible. So, Kimu? She asked. Because Maharshi Bhaktayaha Maharshiva eva paramam pramanam shastram. For the devotees of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's words themselves are supreme pramanam, proof, authority. When Bhagavan says, that is final. So she asked, not any Pandit. If Bhagavan answers, that is final for them. So, but one more thing, why this doubt has come? Na stri swatantram arhati iti smartena shastrena sarvata swatantriye nishidhe ayam sandeha. Because in this Smruti Granthas, in the Smruti Granthas, Manusmruti especially, it is said, Na stri swatantriyam harhati. A woman doesn't deserve independence. This is oft quoted by all those anti-Shastra people. You must have heard. Woman doesn't deserve independence. So all women people come together and they talk left and right against Manu, this and that. The problem is, when we don't study complete Shastra and quote only a bit, like Bhagavad Gita also they quote. Bhagavan said, Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. Bhagavan said, I created 4 castes. So Krishna himself has done this mischief. He said created castes. But next line is what? Guna karma vibhagashaha. I created this based on their gunas and karmas. I qualified them to under which category one belongs to. Not by birth alone. Birth may be, may not be. But that is not quoted, Pandits. Pandits means half-baked knowledge people. Similarly, this is also quoted. Na stri swatantram arhati. So, burn Manusmruti, go this and that nonsense. No, what is total sloka there? Total sloka is like this. Says, Pita rakshati kaumare. When the woman, before wedding, Kaumara, as a child, till she gets married, she should be under the protection of her father. Because woman is precious. Entire culture is surrounding her. That's why Arjuna says in first chapter, women are corrupted, then society gets corrupted. See? Nobody wants their mother to be some other woman, a roadside woman. Everyone wants their mother to be pure. Think. So, it is not that, so as the child, it is a responsibility of the father to protect the woman, the girl. He should take care, giving her wisdom, knowledge, protect her. Responsibility to the father. Then what happened? Bharta rakshati yavvane. After marriage, it is again the responsibility of the husband to protect her. It's very essential. Protect her doesn't mean controlling and then suppressing. Please don't, you do your own bhashya for that. Protection means what? She should be taken care and she should be protected from all kinds of nasty elements. Also protected from her unnecessary exposure to the crooked world, crooked people in the world. So the Bharta should take care of his wife, providing all the needs by himself. so that she is protected. That is the husband's duty to protect the wife. Then what happens? Rakshanti Rakshansi Staviro Putraha. In Stavira means in old age. Putraha Rakshanti. In old age, the sons should protect their mother, take care of her needs, protect her. So, in the entire life of woman, she doesn't deserve to be independent. Nastri swatantriyam arhati. She should not be left alone. That is the meaning. Now you have understood the correct meaning. She should not be left alone to herself. So she is always protected. So woman is always under the protection. Think. Now what is wrong in this sloka? Is there anything wrong in that? Suppressing the woman, dominating him? Nothing. Manu, Vaivasvata Manu gave these sutras. Society के लिए एक मार्गदर्शन दिया है. How you should be. Responsibility of men. As a father, as an husband, as a son. Think. Therefore, it is a man's responsibility to protect the woman. She should not be left alone to herself. So holding her hand throughout the life. That is why शादी में क्या देते हैं? कन्यादान. यार ने तो कहते हैं सौंप देते हैं हाथ में हाथ. माने till now I have been protecting her. From now onwards it is you who should protect her. With the tears in the hand, the father, mother hands over their loving daughter to husband. That's it. When husband becomes old, husband should say, your mother is now also old. So children should be taught to take care of their parents and mother. So in entire journey, she should not be left to herself. That's the meaning. Otherwise, in Vrindavan, so many widows suffering. They have children. Husband has died. Children left them. They are begging on the streets. So society, if it is like this, it is bad. So idea is woman should never be, physically she is weaker than man, no? Unless a woman learns special skills of karate, judo and all that. Think. But every woman cannot be made to learn all these things. It's not possible. There are many all are not fit for such skills also, no? Health-wise, body structure-wise. So woman has to be protected. That's a fundamental rule. So keeping this in view, Nastri Swatantram Harititi Smartena Shastrena Sarvatha Swatantre Nishiddha. Smartena in Shastras and Smriti Granthas, woman was denied this kind of free living to alone herself always. Therefore, this doubt. A woman is there, but she got knowledge. But is she eligible for sannyas? Bhagavan Maharshishcha Dharmashastra Parishilanena Uttaram Dadhyat iti na prishtam. It was not asked to Bhagavan that Bhagavan will refer the Shastras, Dharma Shastras, then according to Shastras he will reply. This is not the expectation of from Bhagavan. We are not expecting Bhagavan to refer Shastras and tell me the answer. Yat paramam shreyaha paramadharma aviruddham cha antardrushtya pashyati. Bhagavan Maharshi, closing his eyes with his own inward wisdom, he will see from the supreme wisdom, from supreme standpoint, what is good and what is bad. He need not refer Shastras. What is good, what is not good, he will tell. Antadrushtya pasha. He sees what is good. Tadeva upadashati. Tasmad. That alone he gives. He sees within himself by experience, by wisdom, and he gives answer. He doesn't refer Shastras. Not required. Therefore, Desha Visheshe Kala Vishesha va Prapta Pracharebhyas Chaturvarnyas Chaturashramya Vyavasthapika Vyavasthapaka Dharmashastrebhyo bhi Balavattaram Sri Maharshi Vachaha Pramanyam. Therefore, the words of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi are more authoritative, more proof authoritative compared to all Dharma Shastras put together. Because all the code of conduct in life, Chaturvarnya, 4 ashramic stages, Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa, these 4 stages are given based on Dharma Shastras. Right? So, therefore, Dharma Shastrebhya Balavattaram, more Balavattaram. The Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's words are more powerful, more stronger than the entire Dharma Shastras put together, which guide normally all humanity in these 4 ashramas or 4 stages of life. Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. Dharma Shastra se bhi Balavattaram, stronger. Therefore, Sri Maharshi Vachaha, that Maharshi's words are more stronger than all this. Pramanyam. Brahmanyam jananti eva mahamanaha pruchati. So this great nobility of this Vishalakshi's mind, in the nobility of her mind, she asked this question. Because Ramana Maharshi said that is final. We don't have to refer any Shastras. His words are final. Therefore, she asked him directly, not expecting him to refer the book and answer. Oh, you don't have Dharma Shastra book in your house. I have it in my library. Let me refer and get back to you. That is not the intention. He will see from inside what is truth. Therefore, she asked him this question directly. That means what? First question is what? Does a woman who is established in knowledge, does she also deserve to become a monk? In the case of men, married, but he has to take permission of his wife and go and become sannyas. Similarly, women also. She should speak to husband. Now, if that is the case, completely. There are so many women become women saints. So many people are there. And their husbands simply supported them. You want to be like that? Wife is a great saint. Husband is simply there supporting her. And some husbands are so great Mahatmas, their wives simply supported them. In some cases, like Yajnavalkya, Maitreyi, Katyayani, when Yajnavalkya wanted to take sannyasa, he told his wives that, my dear, I am going out for my own pursuit of Atma Vidya. So whatever I have, I am distributing between these two. Please give me permission. So the husband should ask. Not abruptly leave the responsibilities and go. Similarly, wife also. They ask. So first question is, then the woman, in the first of all, is she eligible for sannyasa ashrama? Because nastri swadhantra marhati. What is the truth? Let Ramana Maharshi reply. That's the first question. Question understood? Atha prathama prashna anubandhi dvitiya. So attachment. Second question is an attachment or an extension to the first question. In continuation. Second question is what? Jivantya eva muktaya देहपातो भवेद् यदि दहनं वा समाधिर्वा कार्यं युक्तमनन्तरं जीवन्त्या एव मुक्तायाः the women स्त्री those women who have liberated while living, those women who have liberated, they become Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta Purusha, Jivan Mukta, she became Jivan Mukti Swarupini, Jivan Mukti. She attained. Muktayaha Vigalita Dehatma Bandhayaha Jivan Muktayaha Striyaha. Vigalita Dehatma Bandhayaha. One who has got completely freed from the identification with the body and the Atma, meaning the mind, etc. Those great women who have firmly established in the wisdom, think, in that knowledge, and liberated while living. Striyaha, those such women, realized women in one shot. Dehapato bhaved yadi, when they die, body falls. Pancha bhautike dehe panchatam yate, when this body made up of 5 great elements have gone back, rolled back to their own sources. Space merged in space, water goes to water, fire goes to fire tattva, Prithvi tattva goes to Prithvi, Jala tattva goes back to Jala tattva. So, cremation is actually a respectful process of handing over the 5 elements back to them with a gratitude on behalf of the dead soul, so that when you show gratitude to these Panchamahabhautikas, the great elements, and also pray for the departed soul, when you do your job, when you die, somebody will do it for you. Okay? Therefore, Panchi Bhautika Dehe Panchatam Yate, when the body goes back to its source, Pancha Mahabhutas, Anantaram Karyam Dehasya Dahanam Agni Samskaro Va Samadhi Kananam Va Yuktam. When the body is left dropped, what is to be done? Is she, that woman's body, should it be cremated or should it be buried? Samadhi. That's the question. Can the woman's body, the one realized lady, when she dropped the body, should it be cremated or should it be buried? This is a question asked. Samadhi Shabdasya Upacharat Khanane Rudhi. Samadhi Shabda is not Nirikal Samadhi and all that. Samadhi means here Khananam, burying the body into the ground. That's the meaning. Vidhipurvakam Sampradayanusarena Svikruta Turuyashramanam Purushanam Dehapate Dehasya Kananam Vidhiyamanam Smaryate. See, when those men who have attained Truya Avastha, realized man, people, it is to be remembered, recalled, that such people are always given Bhu Samadhi. Respectfully, Bhu Samadhi is given to them. For whom? Purushanam Dehapate, Dehasya Kananam Vidhiyamanam, that is Vidhi. Those who have realized the souls, Jivan Mukta Purushas, it is a Vidhi rule that they are given a Samadhi, Bhu Samadhi. Ayamcha Vidhihi Jivan Muktasyapi Sanyasastramanaha Purushasya. Same rule is also applicable Vidhihi Ajivan Muktasyapi. Sorry. This rule is applicable to a man who is not a Jivan Mukta but a sannyasi. He took sannyas. So sannyasi is never cremated. He is always buried. He is not a Jivan Mukta Purusha. He is sannyasi. Realized a man, Purusha, a man, who is realized is given Bhu Samadhi, and a man who took sannyasa not yet realized, when he dies, he is also given as a Bhu Samadhi only. Ayam cha vidhi, same rule is applicable to them also. Ajivan muktasyapi sanyasastram purushasya. Kimuta paramartha turiyastramino vishaye. Then what to talk about those people, ordinary sannyasis, those who are not awakened to the truth, when they die, they are given this Bhu Samadhi. Then what to talk about those people who have realized and attained the Turiya state of realization? They definitely are given Bhu Samadhi only. Okay? Tasmat Jivan Muktasya Purushasya Deha Pate Kananamevate Na Atra Samshayaha. So therefore there is no doubt regarding the Bhu Samadhi, giving Bhu Samadhi, burying in some ground, and then in the case of a sannyasi or a Jivan Mukta Purusha also. With regard to men, there is no doubt in this. Na atra samshaya, khananameva iti na atra samshayah. Prashtiyaha kim Jivan Mukta Striyo api deha pate purushasya vidhi yukta iti purcha. There is no doubt regarding in the questioner's mind about men, whether sannyasi or realized sannyasi or unrealized sannyasi, both are given Bhu Samadhi. There is no doubt about it. But my question is, the questioner's doubt is, Jivan Mukta Striya Hapi. A Stri who realized the truth. Deha Pate, when she dies, Purushasya, like men, Vidhi Yukta iti Purcha. Is there any rule, Vidhi, injunction, that she also should be given Samadhi? These two questions are asked. So, Bhagavan says, Prashnadvayamidam Shrutva Bhagavan Urshi Sattamaha Avochan Nirnayam Tatra Sarva Shastrartha Tattvavit. He heard, Bhagavan Maharshi heard these two questions and he gave answer. What is that? Sarva Shastra Artha Tattvavit. Who is Bhagavan Maharshi? Sarva Shastra Artha Tattvavit. He is a knower of the essence of all the Shastras. We have to refer dictionaries, and our acharyas used to joke on us. Means every batch, every acharya would say like that only. Why? Because when the course is completed, Vedanta 2 years, then you are banged 6 to 7, 8 hours, discussion, listening. That too, all the Shastras, this and Churcha, wow. Rigorous training, 2.5 years. Afterwards, you are sent out. If you are taken Diksha, whatever it is, you are sent, go out. Then somebody calls you for a lecture. For 20 minutes, talk. Or half an hour talk. Or 1 week yajna to some other place. This poor person, brahmachari or brahmacharini, they have to pay extra weight in the train or airport because they carry all the books for 1 week yajna. Because at that time, knowledge is mostly in the notes written by them. So their load is so much. They have to prepare sometimes joke also. I will tell this joke at this time. And it's not easy. But as you become refined, you just think of Gurudev or Guru, your own Guru Smarana. If you are in Chinmaya Mission, Puja Gurudev, Tapo Maharaj. Or Namaskar to Guruji. That's it. Easy to expound. Think. But what to talk about realized man? They are the knowledge. In our case, knowledge is different from us. We carry that knowledge in the brain, in the form of memory. For them, not required. Therefore, Sarvashastra Tattvavit Sampradaya Anusarena Gurumukhad Anadhita Shastra Jalahapi. The entire complex Shastras, Shastra Jala, Anadhita. Bhagwan Ravana Maharshi did not study as a Sampradaya under a Guru the Shastras. Even though Bhagwan Ramana did not study and heard the Shastra complexities of Shastra wisdom from a Guru sitting at his feet from the Guru's mukham, Guru's mouth, Sarvesham Shastra Vidhinam Paramapurushartha Bhutam Param Nishreyasameva Prayojanamiti. But he understood the entire essence of all the Shastras. Take what is the Parama Prayojanam? What is the ultimate Prayojanam of all Shastras? Whatever we study in life. Parama Prayojanam, Parama Tatpriyam is what? Parama Shreyas, Nishreyasameva. Nishreyasa means that Shreyas beyond which no other Shreyas is there. The highest good in English translation. That highest good beyond which no other good is there. What is the highest good? Moksha. So ultimately, whatever you study Shastras, Granthas and all, what is the ultimate purpose of all this study? Tell me. Realize the truth, that's it. I remembered, so our Sandeep and Meera are here. We went in 2008 to Uttarakansh. Okay? Anyway, we landslide, फिर we had to, next day we had to come to Rishikesh. Train तो गया पहले दिन का. Then we took some bus and then coming back in the bus. I was sitting in the end, last but one row. Their son Kabir also was sitting. There was a very small boy. And these people, I don't know any place. So I'm sitting quietly. भूख तो सबको लग रही है. 9 बज गया, 9:30 हो गया. ये लोग यहाँ का आना है, वहाँ का आना है, यहाँ पराठा अच्छा लगता है, वहाँ ये all these people, Noida people discussing left and right. Big bus, 40 बस. बड़े भाषण चर्चा हो रही है. कहाँ खाने से, वो शीतल है, अब वो शीतल है, ये ना तो ये खाएंगे ना तो दूसरा ऑर्डर पता है, I don't remember all this. ये तो सुन के थक गया ये सब ठीक है, ये तो बताओ कब खाना खिलाओगे. ये फ्रस्ट्रेटेड हो गया वो. मोर यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट आइटम्स, भूख सबको और बढ़ते जा रही है, सबकी भूख. दिस फेलो, वो सब ठीक है, मुझे बताओ खाना कब खिलाओगे, बताओ पहले. परम तात्पर्य इज व्हाट? डिस्कशंस एंड ऑल द होटल्स गिटल्स, ये क्या मिलता है, वहाँ क्या मिलता है, सब भाड़े में. जब पहले खाना कब मिलता है बताओ. And all women also. Some people they are foolish sometimes. Some people all the time, of course. घर पे भी भूख लग रही है सबकी, and they the kitchen they keep announcing. दाल बन रही है, ऐसे बना रही हूँ, सब्जी भी बन रही है, 10 मिनट. सबके भूख इतनी चढ़ गई. They keep describing the items. Nothing is on the dining table. Even plate has not yet come. There's a time the other people, men and children in the house, were girl child or boy child or a husband, anybody, will sneak into kitchen from dabbas and then murku, girku and all that, namkeen, biscuit खाते रहते हैं. Then वो चिल्लाती है, ये सब खाने से फिर ये कौन खाएगा? बोला मुझे तो आते ही नहीं तो फिर क्या करेंगे? No signs of arrival of the food and dishes on the table. आप सबके लिए बना रही हो. बट लेट हो गए मैडम. सबका एसेंस इज व्हाट? टाइम लग गई तो भूख लगती है बस. सिमिलरली व्हाट इज द एसेंस ऑफ ऑल शास्त्रास? सो हमारा गर्व है ना, हमने ये पढ़ लिया, वो सुन लिया, ये साधना करती हूँ, वो साधना मैं करती हूँ, ये जप मैं करता हूँ, वो जप करता हूँ. Sometimes more we study, more mind get disturbed. That's why Shankaracharya said, Shabdajalam maharanyam chitta brahmana karanam. देखिए. So therefore, Bhagavan param nishreyasame prayojanam iti tattvam shastrartha hrudayam jnatavan. He knows the essence, the heart of all the shastras. So he is the right person to give answer, is it not? So Bhagavan Rushisattamaha, Rushinam Uttamaha, Ati Uttamaha, the best among the rishis, Maharshihi, Idam Prashnadvayam Shrutva, having heard these two questions. For the first question, whether woman is eligible for sannyas or not, like men, and after death, can she be given or should she be given like men? If she is a realized woman, samadhi or cremation, what is Shastra Sammatam, what is that? So, Srutva, Tatra Vishaye Nirnayam Avochat. He had given his final declaration, final conclusion, Nirnayam. एक निर्णय पर पहुंच, अपना निर्णय बता दे. अपना निर्णय माने भगवान का निर्णय माने पहले बता दिया ना, धर्मशास्त्र, ये शास्त्र, वो शास्त्र से भी उत्कृष्ट, क्योंकि अपने he gives answer directly from his own experience. Not like the new brahmacharis or swamis or some of us, sometimes we carry more books for 1 hour lecture, because our knowledge is only in the books. Nowadays you don't carry books most of the time. Why? You should carry a good data connection, so that you can search in the mobile or laptop what you want to teach. So nirnayam avochat. Samshayachedakam nishchitam uttaram adadat. Bhagavan gave firm answers so that this doubt once for all should be removed. Not that you listen to one teacher and after listening to that teacher you got another doubt. भैया एक प्रश्न पूछने गए, गुरु का सुनने के बाद मेरा प्रश्न का उत्तर तो नहीं मिला, बट जो आप दे रहे थे उसमें 3-4 और नए प्रश्न उत्पन्न हो गए. फिर थोड़ा एक के लेकर को सत्संग में गया, वापस आते हम 5 प्रश्न हो गए मेरे. नया 4, पुराना 1. भाई गुरु महिमा, ये वो है, गुरु की महिमा है. Sarcastically I am talking. Instead of clearing the doubt, he put 4 doubts. Mahatmas don't do that way. ऐसे जवाब देंगे तो फटक खटक खटक खटक. Final declaration. Tachat trivihi slokaihi vakshate. In 3 slokas, he gives the answer. What is that? Swarupe vartamananam pakvanam yoshitamapi nivrittatvat nishedhasya hamsitvam naiva dushyati. Swarupe vartamananam atmanishta siddhanam pakvanam jnanavruddhanam yoshitamapi. See, Swarupe vartamananam, always those who revel in their swarupa. Those who rebel, those who abide in their own essential nature, Atmanishta Siddhanam. They become Atmanishta Siddhanam, those who have mastered to live in their own self. So masters of self-abidance. Women. Pakvanam, Jnana Vruddhanam. They became Jnana Vruddha. Very matured people in wisdom. Pagge. Yoshitamapi, Strinamapi. That is, even among the women, those who achieved this state, Purushanamiva Strinamapi Hamsitvam Parivratatvam Naiva Dushyati. There is no rule, abandonment for women, like men, they also can take hamsitvam, sannyasi, grahanam is applicable for them also. Like men. Think, Strinamapi hamsitvam, parivratatvam, naiva dushyati. There is no dosha in this. It is not rejected, it is not abandoned for them. Na doshaya bhavati. There is no dosham in this. So they also can take sannyas. Right? Nishedasya nivurtatvat. See, there is no nishedha. There is no objection or nishedha means what? Hindi nishedha. समझ आ गया ना आपको? नो रेस्ट्रिक्शन. So as a restriction nivrutatvat, there is no such rule. That rule has been withdrawn. Nisheda is been withdrawn. Meaning no restriction for women in taking up sannyas. Why? The common rule for everybody is yadahareva virajet tadahareva pravrajet. Iti Shastra says the moment you develop vairagya, that and that time alone, you leave everything and go to jungles for contemplation. Why? Yadahareva virajet, tadhareva pravarjet. Then and alone, go out of the house. Nijagruha turyam vinirgamyatam. Just go. The moment you, whatever has to be done and then go. Karma has to be completed and go. Not that you suddenly drop. I realize now, my dear children, go to hell. My dear husband, go to hell. I am going to God. That is not the God. Or my dear wife, go to hell. That is also wrong. So sannyasa rule is, after fulfilling responsibilities, taking the king's case also, they grow, they hand over the kingdom to somebody, they train their children, son, and then take permission from Rani and then go to jungle. So, why? Because in our lives, dispassion Upanishad says, Mondaka Upanishad, Shankara Bhashya, Vairagya has to be cultivated. It will not come. देखिए, परीक्षलोकान कर्मजिताम ब्राह्मणा निर्वेदम आयात. Ayat means kuryat. Nirvedana means dispassion. Must be cultivated. It will not come. But when you are studying, pursuing the wisdom with the Guru and then listening to Guru, surrender to Guru, scriptures and sadhana, sometimes that triggers, dispassion triggers. That dispassionate thought must be protected. It will not stay for long. Example I'll give you. You decided today, I will do fasting. Okay? Don't get scared now. If you don't want to do fasting, don't do. So you suppose you decide to go on fasting for one day. Firmly resolved. You got vairagya towards food on that day. Whatever it has triggered you, yesterday's stomach pain maybe triggered you, or overeaten yesterday, and or cholesterol fear, or sugar fear, or whatever it is, somewhere you have developed vairagya for food that day. But you have to attend 2 weddings also on that day, 2 ceremonies. You can't avoid. But thought is there. You go there. Somebody will convince you to eat. ठीक है, आज खा लेते हैं. The resolve, because of your exposure to again such kind of word, you may be compromised. Same thing it happens with the thought to donate money. If you delay, the mind will analyze and makes you greedy. अरे 5 रुपया देना था, 5 रुपये क्यों देना है, 1 रुपया काफ़ी है. The good thought, act immediately. That's what they say. So for a person who has got Tivra Vairagya, intense dispassion, if it comes, use that. At the same time, whether that dispassion is born out of wisdom or some kind of jhagda. Understood now? We have to be very careful, Baba, in talking. Why? Out of jhagda, pati patni jhagda, pati bekar hai, मैं चले जाऊंगे. Swami ji already told, women also eligible for sannyas. I got vairagya. That is not vairagya based on wisdom. Because a Mundakopanishad student, how the mantra says, Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmana nirvedamayat. Having examined the experiences of all life, under the light of wisdom, the vairagya, when you get that thought, it has to be further cultivated. I'm not going to, big subject it is. So, what is the basis for your vairagya? Suppose in your house, you may develop vairagya towards Ramana Geeta class also one day. सुन के क्या फायदा है, वो पागल है, वो बोलता रहता है, हम क्या करने का. हाँ, वैसे तो बाद में मन लगा तो यूट्यूब ले सुन लेंगे. सट वैराग्य. Why it happened? Some phone call disturbed you, or somewhere you thought of watching some movie or some cricket match. Something. That is not vairagya. But you may think that it is vairagya. So what is real vairagya also? One has to do viveka. That's a viveka के बाद जो वैराग्य आता है ना, विवेक वैराग्य षट संपत्ति मुमुक्षुत्वम. That is the order they gave. Even though that order के बारे में इधर उधर हो सकता है, but question is, विवेक करने के बाद जो वैराग्य उत्पन्न होता है, वह सही वैराग्य है. When that happens, immediately, यदहरेव विरजेत तदहरेव प्रव्रजेत इति श्रुति अनुग्रह विरक्ते पुरुषैव विरक्तायाम स्त्रियामपि उपपद्यते. This is a Shruti said. So this is what you call Shruti anugrahe virakte purushaiva. So Shruti has agreed for a virakta purusha. Same is applicable to for virakta stri also. Striyamapi upapadyate. Therefore, vastutastu jnanavruddhaha paripakvaha purushaha striyova. Whether it is, as in essence, whether men or women, those who are became jnanavruddhas, matured in wisdom, paripakvaha, very matured, paripakvaha, pag gaye jnana mein, striyo are men, srautaihi smartairva vidhi nishedaihi na badhyante. They are not bound by do's and don'ts, injunctions and all those things given either in Shruti or Smruti. Either in Shastra or Smruti Granthas, they are not bound by do's and don'ts, injunctions. Shastric injunctions, meaning do's and don'ts. They are not bound. Like men, women also are not bound. So whether men or women, if you have become wise and matured in wisdom, you can go. But why more in olden? Nowadays, okay, we are seeing more monks, women also. In olden days, but protection is required, no, for women. Men can go anywhere. The woman needs protection. That's why in olden days, they withdrew, not into the jungles necessarily. They used to maintain their solitude, become mauna, but they are protected by society and then children and all. But if you want so much, you are Jivan Mukta you become so energetic and you beyond and up your transcended fear and all, you are absolutely free to go. Take sannyas. So vidinishedaihi na bhajyan. They are not bound by these injunctions of Shastras, of Vedas, or Shastras, Smriti Granthas. Tesham atyashramitvat sarvabandha vinirmuktescha. They get, because the sannyasi ashrami, they beyond go ashramas, because they have gone beyond all ashramas and they become liberated. They have no more rules bind them. They are free. Okay? First question is answered. Now, मुक्तत्वस्य विशिष्टत्वात् बोधस्य च वधूरपि जीवन्मुक्ता न दाह्या स्यात् तद्देहो हि सुरालयः. Now, मुक्तत्वस्य बोधस्य च विशिष्टत्वात् मोक्षः ज्ञानं च स्त्री पुरुषयोः उभयोरपि तुल्ये. मुक्तस्य बोधस्य च अविशिष्टत्वात्. संस्कृत गड़बड़ हो जाएगा ना तो. अविशिष्टत्व मुक्तत्वस्य बोधस्य, the realization of the realized or the liberated people, whether it is Purusha or Stri, is same. Realization is same, no? Oh, women's realization is different from men's realization. ऐसा कोई है ही नहीं. So avishishtvatvat moksha jnanam cha. Mani moksha, liberation, jnanam, the higher wisdom, stri purusha ubayorapi tulye. It is same. Therefore, tatra na kopi vishesha. There is no distinction. There is no distinction or difference between the realization of a man or woman. Okay? Jnanat muktihi, jnanameva muktihi iti. The two things. Jnanat muktihi. Liberation is only out of knowledge. And jnanameva muktihi. And realization alone is liberation. These two statements are there. Atmavit siddhante sthite. When these two siddhantas are there regarding the Atmavit, the knowers of self, muktatvasya bodhasya cha iti uktya ubhayoho bedhana abhipretaha. Meaning is, there is no difference between these two. Okay? Ubhayoho akinchit karam va bhedam manyamananam anugrahaya chakara prayuktaha. So cha is there, no? Muktatvasya vishishta bodhasya cha. Cha means that indicates that there is no difference between ubhayorapi kinchit karam va bhedam. See, ubhayoho akinchit karam. There is not a wee bit of difference also, doesn't exist. Stri purushayoho jnana udaye bheda bhavat. When the realization comes, then there is no difference between realization male and female. Jivan mukta vadhurapi. Stri, vadhu means stri. The realized woman also na dahya syat. She also should not be cremated. Same realization. Deha pate deho na dahyaha. It should not be burnt. Hi yataha tad dehaha suralayo devalayo bhavati. that body becomes Suralaya, Devalaya. That body in which whether a man or woman realize the truth, that body should not be burnt, whether woman or man, because that body is Devalaya. It becomes a temple of God. Therefore, it is kept there. जीवन मुक्त महिमा अनुवर्णन पराणि निगम आगम पुराण इतिहास वचनानि जीवन मुक्त देहम देवालयम उद्घोषयन्ति. Now see, Vedas, Tantras, Puranas, Itihasas like Ramayana and what you call Mahabharatam, Itihasas, all these things, Jivan Mukta Mahima Anuvarnana Parani. They are also all of them, they have dedicated some portions glorifying the man of realization, woman of realization while living. Parani. They also, Jivan Mukta Deham Devalayam Udghoshayan. They all said the body of a realized soul is a temple. Mantra Shastra, Tantra Shastra, Vedas, Itihasas, Puranas, all they tell in one voice that the body of that is there not to be burnt. Why? That the entire cell is divinely blessed with high energies there. The body. There's a lot of energy will be there. That energy, they leave with that body, in that body, certain blessings, certain energies, where anybody can go and tap them. It is like a reservoir of blessings, they leave it and go. In certain cases, Mahatmas say, oh, my samadhi will work for 1,000 years. My samadhi will work for a long time, as long as it exists. And in time, in Kalakramena, there are so many samadhis. In Siddhabadi you go, in near Kapila Muni ashram, there are so many samadhis behind it. Siddha samadhis, sorry. We don't know who was a Siddha, where he lived, when he lived. But in the time, that Mahima may go. They themselves make sankalpa. And as more and more devotees are coming there and worshipping, that means there forms a reservoir connected directly to Brahman. So as long as devotees flow is there, they're all blessed. So it always shines like a reservoir of blessings. Therefore it's a temple. Okay? 2 questions are asked. ये दोषा देह दहने पुंसो मुक्तस्य संस्मृताः मुक्ताया सन्ति ते सर्वे देह दाहे च योषितः. So there are doshas are there. If you burn a Jivan Mukta Purusha's body, it is not advised. There are so many. Muktasya pumso deha dahana ye dosha samsmrtaha. Whatever faults, whatever doshas are proclaimed by burning the body of a Jivan Mukta Purusha, te sarve dosha muktaya yoshita. All those applicable to woman's body also. Deha dahe api santi. Jivan Mukta Stri deha dahane api santi ityartaha. So, Jivan Mukta Stri Deham also should not be. Whatever faults are told, doshas are mentioned not to be burnt for men. But similarly, the women's body also should not be. Now, but in case of every Mahatma, those who are Jivan Mukta Purushas, they have a choice. Either they can say, after my death, I don't want samadhi, cremate it. Or they say, jal samadhi de do. No trace should be left. That is the Jivan Mukta Purusha's choice. That choice is there, you cannot say anything. What is the reason what they do? They have some other reasons are there, which we are not going to talk on that. That is not the topic here to be discussed. Okay? So therefore, Bhagavan Maharshehe Matrudehapate Tasya Paramarthahamsitvam Spastam Abhut Asmadadinam. See, when Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's mother, so when she died, Alagammal. Sundaresh Iyer, our Sundaresh, our Fida. So when Bhagavan's mother died, he gave what? Samadhi only. Because she realized the truth when she was not well. Bhagavan Maharshi, one hand he kept on a head on the what you call Kapala, Brahmarandra. One hand he placed it on her chest. For 12 hours she did not get up. But she left the body, but what Bhagavan said, he never allowed the jiva to go out. Mystical. So, whatever samskaras are left out, she burnt all of them within only. And when after 12 hours, he removed the hand and said, she liberated. So that body became temple. Matrubhuteshwaralayam and Ramana Ashram is there. So Bhagavan Maharshi himself did Asmadadinam Spashtam. The author says, Kapal Shastri, we have seen it very clear for all of us. When Ramana Maharshi's mother herself, Bhagavan himself gave Samadhi to mother. Bhu Samadhi, Matrubhuteshwaralayam. Because it's a temple. Every day Archana hote wahan pe, lot of things. Yataha, therefore, Sri Bhagavaneva Devyaha Tasyaha Samadhi Sampannayaha Sharira Gopanaya Krutas Prasado Abhut. Bhagavan himself became so pleased. Krutaha Prasado Abhut. Having given Bhu Samadhi to mother, Bhagavan was pleased within. Right? Bhagavan eva Kurta Prasado Abhut Devyaha Tasyaha Samadhi Sampanna. Having given mother Samadhi to mother, Bhagavan was pleased. Yes, became very temple of God. Tadidam Sri Ramana Dharma Shastram Vijayate Taram. This is Bhagavan Ramana Shastra. Let it shine as victorious. It's shining as victory. Victorious, it is victorious. Vijayate Taram. Vijayatam. Glory to you. It is Bhagavan's victory. He did it what was to be done in the case of men or women. Ekavimshokni Gito Bhut Ayamartho Manishina Adhikritya Jnanavatim Ramanena Maharshina Praguktayeva Abdhemasi Ekavimshekni, meaning the 21st August of 1917. Manishina Maharshina Ramanena Jnanavatim Hamsim Adhikritya. So, Maharshina by Bhagavan Maharshi regarding the Hamsim Adhikritya Jnanavatim, that is realized women, Hamsim Sannyas, regarding the sannyasa for realized women or women, Samuddishya Ayamartho Geto Abhut. This has become very great teaching regarding the eligibility for sannyasa and Bhu Samadhi in the case of men. On this topic, Bhagavan Maharshi gave Parivratatve Purushaihi Sahastrinam Samanadhikara Pratipadika Hayam Tatvika Artho Vivrto Abhut. So, Parivratatve Purushaihi, like Parivrajaka Purushas are there, they wander like sannyasis. Sahastrinam Samanadhikaranam. Like along with the men, Stri also has got same eligibility rights, same rights like men. That is the essence. Tatvika Artho Vivrto Abhut. This is the essential principle which was elaborated in this. So, both. Same. What is the principle now established in this? For women also, realized women also, or realized women who is abiding in self-knowledge deeply, eligible for sannyasa. But like a man should take permission and go, women also take permission and go. But she is eligible for sannyas. There is no restriction for them. Like a man is given Bhu Samadhi, woman also is given Bhu Samadhi. इति त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः सम्पूर्णम्। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Now 14th chapter we will start tomorrow.